Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going back into the realm of Blokees, given that I've recently gone through my classic class backlog for the Transformer side of things, but I thought I would start into my backlog of the champion class Marvel Blockee releases. So starting with the first release with the Infinity Saga Iron Man in his MK85 armor, and this is the deluxe version of it, released by Blokees, as I've already mentioned, and this I believe was the first of the champion class line for the Marvel banner of all the Blokees model kits. So the reason why I said deluxe class is there are two versions of this MK85 Iron Man. It's basically a standard version and a deluxe version. What's the difference basically? Paint. So the deluxe one has more of the metallic finish, which we have seen in a decent number of the classic class Transformers 1 model kits, so it will be a nice metallic type finish. The standard release is just more of a standard flat matte color. So I thought, nah, it's Iron Man. You need to have his metallic armor. Anyway, getting straight into it. So here's the front of the box for Iron Man MK85. So very much per what he appeared as within the Infinity Saga, at least one of his armors in the Infinity Saga. So here we have Iron Man on the very front with his various weapons and accessories deployed, which is also very cool. Otherwise, pretty much just the bottom of the kit, so it's the champion class Marvel Infinity Saga, to which there'll be some different Marvel series coming through. I think there's Deadpool and Wolverine is another one, and I believe they're tapping into Marvel Rivals. So that is the front side of the box, just another shot of Iron Man there. On the other side, just a more full frontal shot, sans any weapons and accessories. He does look very, very cool. So I'm also very interested to see what the actual scale is on these. I suspect it'll probably be around a similar size as the classic class Transformers. And in terms of the back, so unlike the Transformers, it doesn't really have much of a bio, but just goes into some of the actual key features of the actual model kit. So here's the runners on the left side, the various accessories and inclusions. So we've got different hand flame effects. You will have a base stand, foot flames, the nano shield, the wing thrusters, energy knife, the nano cannonball, different hands. So he will come with a various number of accessories. In fact, here we have just another shot using a basic assembly diagram once everything's put together. So very much like a classic class Transformer figure, except more humanoid, and just going through some of the weapons. So you'll definitely have a lot of accessories, which is very, very cool. And thankfully, some of them will be equipable at the same time. So that's the box. It's pretty much time to have a look at the booklet, which was obviously included, and have a look at all these various runners. Okay, everything out of the box. Here we have the front of the manual with Iron Man front and center, and on the back there's just a few steps regarding the stand and posing, especially if you want to do some type of aerial pose. Inside the booklet we do have a little section regarding the parts list, the loose parts and the runners, to which there's actually a fair bit of everything actually. And then in terms of the build, it's very, very similar, if not pretty much the same fundamentally, as what we have seen with the classic class Transformers. Obviously with these Marvel figures you're looking at something with a much more biologically humanoid type proportions and features, so obviously it'd be slightly different, but overall everything will build pretty much the same. But I will admit Iron Man, especially as the deluxe version, does look very, very cool. So that was the manual, and we do get this nice little booklet regarding how to change the batteries in the LED unit. So similar to the Transformers Classic class, we will have a ray of well, I don't want to say an array of, it's not really an array. We will have that LED light unit included. Now, going through everything else, if I can do it without making a giant mess. So similar to the Transformers Classic class, there will be one bag full of now this is definitely an array of loose parts. I'm definitely not opening this up anytime soon, just because I can see there are some very small parts in here, and the last thing I want to do is lose even one of those. But you can see the effects here, a lot of clear parts of the base stand, and I suspect this item here will obviously be the LED units. In fact, yes, you can even see the little plastic tab there to keep the battery circuit from connecting. So there is that. So that's pretty much stock standard with everything we have seen Blokees wise, at least of this type of range. Some of the other things before going into the actual runners, so we will have just that single shield piece here, all in it's probably like a light sky blue, and that's pretty cool itself. And we do have the actual base as well, so be interesting getting used to some of these bases, because I've been so used to a particular style of base thanks to the classic class Transformers, despite the fact it's gone through like 3 different iterations. Now, in terms of the runners, this will be interesting. So, unlike some of the Transformers stuff, it looks like there will just be single runners of everything included. So single A here, it probably was done in silver originally, but it has had paint apps applied over it as well. So that's obviously the back side. But there's the front, but you can see a lot of that predominant red, the gold trimmings and things like that as well. So very typical Iron Man there for A. We have a B runner, probably once again was done originally in a silver and has had the red and gold pre-painted on as well. Single C, still once again in that light grey silver. This time it's just pretty much the red that has been pre-painted on, and just in case, it is that metallic red, so yes, this will definitely sport a very nice finish once he is completed. D runner, I think it was still silver, it's just been painted completely that nice metallic red, very, very intense. And we do have some bits of pre-painted silver, I dare say, for some venting, I dare say once again. So that was D. Single E in, it's probably still silver, with the pre-painted metallic red applied as well. And some joints. Wager. Changing some colours, going into F, which actually probably was a type of pre-injected gold before the extra metallic finish was applied, as well as some red trimming there as well. Gosh, we still have some letters to go. G, metallic gold, but it does look like there is some light silver also applied as well. So far, I'm definitely glad I picked up the deluxe version, because the colours look like they'll be really, really good. We have a clear H, just for some random effects, so I think this will be part of his blade weapon and things like that. Did I say F or did I say J? No, that should have been H. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Runner I, just the effects in that translucent orange. J was probably originally silver and then just had the metallic red applied, and we can probably tell that this will be the front of the chest piece and where the arc reactor will sit in the middle. 1K may have actually been a red runner, so now has the metallic red, so a lot of that will be the hand manipulators, and not too sure what the bottom item is. Could be part of a weapon, not too sure. L in silver, no additional apps on this one by the looks of it, just looks like it's probably just, it was probably like a matte silver and then just had the metallic sheen applied after the fact. And then 2 more runners, we have an M in silver, and there is also the front of his head, yeah, it's definitely one of those kits that you pretty much had to get the metallics. And then lastly, we have an end runner in what would have been probably light grey silver, and then had the metallic paints applied afterwards. Okay, so that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Iron Man Mark 85 Champion Class Deluxe model kit. Does look very, very cool. Kind of reminds me of Jetwing Optimus Prime in the sense it just feels like he's full of different accessories, although thankfully enough he won't be as cumbersome, which is good. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting into this range. Thankfully the Marvel figures are relatively small. They are still in their infancy. I think there's only about under a dozen in terms of the Marvel line that have been around, and I've been trying to keep up with that. So over the coming weeks / months be going through some of that, but shouldn't take as long, hopefully. But yes, definitely looking forward to putting Iron Man together, and as I've said a few times, really looking forward to seeing how that deluxe metallic sheen goes once everything is put together. I think it will look really cool, but that is also me. And also finding out the random accessories and gimmicks included, which I think is just the light unit and all the random accessories. Anyway, going to leave it there, so thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. There will be extra content on my Instagram as well as the YouTube community tab, which at the moment is delving back into some Playmo, since, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the classic class stuff for Transformers is pretty much done and dusted. But in saying that, I actually am trying to play catch up on pictures of the assembled kits. Just had a little bit of a stall, funnily enough, on the Jetwing Optimus Prime. For the fact he has accessories galore, but yeah, we'll get there. With that being said, stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you all in a future video, which could be something from Blokees, or it could be something Playmo, could be even some of the Warhammer stuff on the channel as well, so it could be anything really. Until the next time, see ya.